for Denver. Murray, Brown. Game 5 underway. Boom coming off his 43-point explosion, a career high on 13 of 17 shooting. Conley finds Randall. They're going to feature him offensively without Edwards and DiVincenzo. Double on Randall, force him to give it up. 7 to shoot now for McDaniels, who has really shown some offensive skill set. He's going to hear it, though, from the fans after the way Game 4 ended. And Julius Randle gets things started with a 3.
And not a great offensive set to start the game, but Randle bails them out there. And Randle and McDaniels are going to have to get it done on the offensive end here tonight for the Timberwolves.
Nikola Jokic, who has put up good numbers if you just looked at points, rebounds, and assists, but his field goal percentage is way down as Cam Johnson gets his first shot to go down.
And a good sign for Denver. Get Cam Johnson a shot, get him going early, get that confidence up for the Nuggets.
David Adelman, head coach for Denver, was very clear with Cam Johnson. If you're open, shoot it. Felt like they had a number of actions that he was hesitant with in the last couple of games. Good sign there to get them on the board. McDaniels too strong. Brown clears the board. Nikola Jokic averaging 25 points, nearly 15 rebounds and 8 assists in this series, and his first one goes. So Jokic gets an easy one in the mid-range off the nice feed, and he's going to continue to go up against the stifling defense of the Stifle Tower, Rudy Gobert, who has been outstanding in this series. Another. Jokic and Murray, that lethal two-man game. That's a long 2, and it goes. Plus the
efficiency on the offensive end to start the game, what Denver needed.
Again, Jokic is 5% or more of the team's points in a playoff game. And that was one of the messages from David Adelman. The others around them have to be assertive and stop watching. That's going to help with a strip from Brown. Murray running with him. Brown's going to attack, and he couldn't spin it in. Then a strip there from Johnson, but Randall gets it back. McDaniels on the fend-off, offensive foul.
15 points per game in this series, so you lose that challenge and you lose McDaniels probably for a while here in this first half.
Terrence Shannon Jr. will come in for him as Johnson's 3 over the top and then scooped up by Gobert. Chris Finch had a lot to say about Shannon. Felt like his season was largely hijacked by injury, but played his best ball down the stretch in the regular season and loved what he did last year against OKC in the playoffs. They know that he's ready for these big moments, and right on cue he gets to the rim, but he can't finish on that awkward delivery. Johnson looking to push. Murray attacking on Conley. They're going to go right at that 38-year-old as much as they possibly can as Johnson gets all the way to the rim.
Pick and roll action. I like how he didn't settle. Get to the rim.
Loose ball scooped up. Spencer Jones with a runway. In the Game 4 loss at Minnesota, felt like their effort was excellent, but their offense just couldn't follow suit. Better start here tonight, but Randall's doing it all himself. He's got all 8 for Minnesota.
And he's being hyper-aggressive here, but he's going to need some help on the offensive end. Right now, if you're Minnesota, you got to weather the storm. You know that Denver's going to come out.
Murray buries a deep
sense of urgency, and it's on display.
Randall back to work. Can't respond. Murray was open momentarily. Now it's Jokic. Get it ahead for him. Murray is bumped, and they're going to call it on the floor. Murray more space, but he can't hit that time. So Mike Conley, who really didn't play for about a month towards the end of the season, he finally got a little bit more burn. As Chris Finch said, yes, the Mike Conley month preservation as Ayo Dosunmu has his first bucket following his 43-point game. The month preservation of Mike Conley has come to fruition, and he's ready to go, feeling as fresh as he has in years now in a postseason action. Open look. Christian Brown can't hit. Randall inside, off the hands of Gobert, out of bounds. Season up 3 early on, and Jokic has his second bucket of the night. 11 to start this game, just much more efficient from what we've seen, and another steal. Murray off to the races against Conley, had it knocked away, out of bounds. Turnovers per game. Shannon all the way to the rim as he lays it in. He's in there because of the 2 fouls on Jaden McDaniels in the early going here, and Shannon has his first bucket for Minnesota. 2-man game, as is customary here at Mile High. Murray right at Conley, over the top for 2.
And that was good defense, better offense, but I like the from Jamal Murray.
He and Jokic have put up big numbers, but the field goal percentage efficiency has been way down from what we are accustomed to seeing from arguably the best two-man game in the NBA. Randall got out of it, and Shannon way off on the three. Jokic comes away with it. Up ahead for Murray. Johnson trailing the play. He'll attack on Connolly. And he finds the trailing Jones who had it denied, but he's fouled. Right, I was always told that you're supposed to show transparent about his role. He came in and he worked his tail off every day, has earned his spot in the rotation in the postseason, started his career in Denver. Naz Reid, former Sixth Man of the Year, on the floor as well for the Wolves. 7-point Denver lead, their largest of this opening quarter, just past the midway point. Around for Reid, dynamic with the ball in his hands, nearly had it stripped, and he did. Jones comes away with it, saved it into the hands of Highland. Right down the middle, outside for Shannon, full reset on the shot clock. They're going to say it was a possession from Denver. Highland lost it. Reid will fire, way off. Another rebound for Jokic, his second. He'll survey the floor. Now it's Murray off the screen. Working on Gobert. Bounce it for Jokic. Over Reid, and he gets it to go, plus the foul. 39% field goal percentage, 18.5. Bruce Brown will check in next dead ball for the Nuggets as Highland draws the contact on the ground.
And of course, Shannon together are going to have to pick up the slack collectively as a group on the offensive end.
Here is Shannon attacking baseline, out of bounds. For just 2.5 minutes into the game, Jaden McDaniels picked up his second foul, so he's been on the bench since. Denver has taken advantage. Jokic missed that one. The extra help from Gobert, who wanted a foul after he corralled the rebound. Now Highland sets the offense in motion. Dosunmu, 43 points on 17 shots, the second most points in a playoff game off the bench in NBA history. Will snake through, push it up, and he doesn't get the roll. Good box out by Jokic. David Adelman stressed, screening can get you open if you're not Jamal Murray or Nikola Jokic, but those two guys do it as well as anybody. As Murray comes up short, follows his miss, a lot of contact, but it was taken away by Dosunmu. Naz Reid, spin, can't score, couldn't get his own. Gobert does, to the outside. And a reset with 10 to shoot for Highland. Spin on Hardaway and a foul on the outside. It'll be played since April 1st, so Julian Strawther with some first quarter minutes as Bones Highland. Jokic gets rid of it, Strawther right back to him. Now Jokic on Gobert, way outside. Hand it for Johnson. He'll fire. Pure. Be their third scorer as Dosunmu responds with a triple.
How about the confidence this young man is playing with? He just, man, continues with that hot streak.
Chris Finch was pretty honest that they were curious if the shooting numbers were real, as one find from Jokic inside. He'll tee it up. Off the heel, it's going the other way.